bro, these cookies are mad chat.
Hello, I'm Layla McKinnon. Welcome to A Current Affair. Great to be with you while Tracy's on assignment.
Alright, so the other day I saw this video that A Current Affair put up, and it was about dole bludgers, the next generation.
With Australia's new generation of dole bludgers.
Now, a lot of the things they talk about I actually do agree with. Like, there are a lot of people that are like abusing the system. It is becoming threatening to the taxpayer money. But there are also people in the welfare cycle, which they actually talk about as well. Now, I'm someone that's been on both sides, so I used to get the youth allowance, and then I also used to have a job and pay my taxes. Point is, they don't really ask for much. Literally all you need to do is make your claim, you get approved, then all you need to do till you get a job is go to a job seeker center where you look for a job online. I think the problem they're really trying to get across is regarding those getting the New Start and the youth allowance. They've literally come up with their own name for it, the neet. But I'm gonna call it the NEET gang. Anyway, it's supposed to stand for not in education, employment or training, with the demographic being between the ages of 15-year-olds and 29-year-olds. Now, I do agree with what they're saying. Depending on the circumstances, why does a 15-year-old need $250 a fortnight when it's really easier for anyone under the age of 18 to get a job at places like McDonald's, Coles, Woolies, Target, Kmart? Because usually younger people are cheaper to employ, especially those 14, 15, 16. Now, McDonald's might get looked down upon because it's like a mad dropout meme or whatever, but like, since working in fast food, like, dead set, my respect for anyone that works at places like that have to serve a shitload of people in drive-through is crazy. Also, the government offers a bunch of like the subsidy for TAFE, free training programs. Reminder that most of the 10th grade drops out to either do hair and beauty or become a tradie.
I tell them that I don't want to work to die. I'd rather not work their bums than help their family and friends.
These two girls, for example, from Mountie County, if they just took the free cert in hair and beauty, maybe their hair wouldn't look so shit. Can I talk though? No, I can't, because I took that free course and look at my hair. It has been the same since I did that course. Now, I'm just saying this because it's these people that complain about growing up not having anything, but don't do anything to change it, because they're accepting the fact that they're not going to work and just rely on the government.
There's a lot of work, but for a lot of people who don't fit the criteria, realistically, you know?
Yes, sometimes it's luck with people making it out of those situations, but luck only comes once hard work is getting put into it, or really just any work at all.
I live on $250 a fortnight, but that's not going to stop me from being happy in that.
Then we move on to like older generations of people on welfare, where you just think to yourself, come on bro, like, you can't complain it's not enough money, when as soon as you're getting paid on that Wednesday, you and the boys or the other dickheads on welfare have gone down to the pub. Yeah, the boys, Centrelink's shout next.
This unemployed man from Logan in Queensland happily admits to wasting his welfare.
Gambling. I love to gamble.
Now, realistically, anyone can get on Centrelink. As an Australian citizen, you are entitled to receive a payment from the government. But really, how strict are the guidelines before even receiving a payment? Nowadays, you can walk into Centrelink with a doctor's certificate saying you have anxiety and it's preventing you from working. Next minute, you're eligible to get disability payments. Or how about the fact that someone might be working under the table, so cash in hand, technically they're not working, they're still receiving a Centrelink payment as a job seeker. When I was on the youth allowance, they asked for your bank statement, and I remember on my bank statement, because my friends would send me money, we'd put anything in the description when sending the money through the app. A bunch of the payments were under good cush. Then when my bank statement went in, no questions asked, here you go, $450 back paid. Now, growing up, my mum always said that finding a job is really hard, except it's not that hard.
There's a lot of people wandering the streets and you think to yourself, why aren't you at work?
As long as you have a certificate in this, experience in that, and have access to a car, you should be sweet. But the thing is, not a lot of people get that shit.
Single mum Tula is a little too old to be classified as a neet, but she is unemployed.
One part tries to make one of the people they interviewed look bad by going down to their local Westfield, trying to be like, hey dummy, there are jobs out here, yet they're all retail jobs. Now we all know, unless you've had at least 2 years minimum of retail experience, or you look like Miranda Kerr, you're most likely not going to get an interview or a call back. And bro, don't even get me started on applying online, like dead set most of the time, like no point in even bothering. Like when you go to Coles and you go, hey, are you hiring? And then they say, oh, apply online. Like bro. So they talk about how they recognise that there is a problem with generations of families staying on the welfare, which means if your family is on Centrelink, there's a 40% chance that you will also end up relying on payments. And where I can agree with them with that is that, you know, if you're in that situation, it really is up to you to make the change. If that means cutting off family, then you gotta do that. If that means cutting off certain friends, then you have to do that. But either way, like, the only one getting you out of the shit is going to be you. But not all situations are the same. Some children might get pressured into collecting payments, like, from their family and that, and being grown up with subliminal messages that Centrelink is the only way, which ends up a mindset in this situation.
He's been on welfare his whole life and reckons he should be getting more money from the government.
After you pay bills and everything like that, like, you don't really have any funds to look for work.
This guy they talk to. Like, there is probably some sort of mental health issue from drug use, whether it's from 10 years ago or 10 minutes ago. But that kind of you're worth nothing mentality, I put the blame on the parents and the environment they were surrounded by. Because reminder, we are animals and how we are raised explains our behaviour.
It's a nationwide issue, but nowhere is our broken welfare system more evident than here, this Housing Commission development in Broadmeadows in Melbourne's north. It's known as the Broady Bronx. There's crime, drug use is rampant, and rubbish is everywhere. This is the epicentre of Australia's welfare crisis.
Like, public housing, I'm not trying to talk shit about, but it really usually is home to different sorts of crime, from domestic violence to drug abuse.
The first week I come here, I had a person walk through this area, 2 guys, and I seen a guy with a gun in his hand. That scared me. Then a week after that, like, there was shooting in one of these units here.
We like to make news stories about it, talk about it, and that's it. We get over it. A year later, oh, Housing Commission, this, that, good shit. I'm not saying that your local Housing Commission is full of junkies and drug dealers, but it is a reality for some. Mostly out of city areas, like whether it's Penrith or fucking Newcastle. My point is though, you don't just have a generational cycle, it's a whole environment grown up on handouts and relying on those that can relate. But let's just be honest here, bro, like if we legalized marijuana, like how many people would be more kickback? Like how much less stressful would life be if that was the go? Whether or not you're someone on the dole. It might start with marijuana, but in reality, it doesn't escalate from there. It's that Tom's dealer can't come past, and he found heroin in his mum's car. So let's give that a go. I think that really though, my problem with this video is just how the media covers things like this. Like, how can we pay attention to it for 1 minute, then the next minute we want to talk about people overseas, forgetting about that just last week we're talking about our own problems at home, then a year later we want to go on about, oh, the taxpayer money is going wasted on the pokies and the beer and all that shit. Like, if I wanted to see that shit on my TV, I would go see my bitch Norma on Struggle Street. Yeah, Inala. Now, yes, people are abusing the system. Are we really going to be blaming the people that don't even run it? I mean, all they're doing is just outsmarting the government. Reminder, the reason our rent goes up is because the taxpayer money goes on things like infrastructure and fixing the roads and public transport and other shit around us that makes the area look good, so the prices go up. That is the reason why the government is so generous with this money because they're expecting all of us to get our shit together with it, and we're not really educated with how we should be using it, because around us we're being told, oh, I spend it on cigarettes, I spend it on drinks, I spend it at the pub, I spend it on gambling. Now, just a reminder, I am not disagreeing with anything they're saying. I just think that you can't really be putting all the blame on them when really they're just made a claim and it went through. I mean, shouldn't Centrelink be putting more investigating into people's lives financially? We're talking about things like cashless Centrelink payments, which is really good for people that are struggling with drug problems, because majority of the time Centrelink knows these people have drug issues but still pay them. But just once again, I'm not disagreeing with them, I'm just saying maybe we should be thinking about what's within the system rather than who's getting it. I know this video was a bit serious, but just because we're getting very political lately, because shit's going down March 23rd, I thought it was just very important that I talk about it, because I wanted to talk about it, and I talk about what I want. Now, majority of what I just said was probably just me talking shit, but you know what? Whatever. And subscribe only if you want. Follow me on Instagram. You should already know the go, and if you don't, then there you go, that's the go. Yeah. Alright, see you bitches later.
If ever you needed a success story in the Broady Bronx, look no further than Alan Upoko. He was a neet, but after falling on hard times, he vowed to turn his life around for his son. He quit the drinking and the drugs and started his own business.
I do landscaping, like lawn mowing, rubbish removal, hair trimming, like all sorts of garden cares, and a couple of general handyman, maintenance work as well. So bits and pieces.
Alan is now earning enough money for himself. He doesn't receive any welfare from the government.
From nothing to somewhere, I got somewhere, got back, got my family together. I'm happy, so family's all good.